Hey folks, and welcome to BlizzBuzz episode 7. Today we're going to have a non-licensed necklace review that I picked up on a necklace that I picked up on eBay. I'm going to have the reveal for the BlizzCon digital goodies. Also going to have some of the patch notes for today. And I've got a great Brewfest bratwurst recipe if you're celebrating in World of Warcraft like I am. My favorite World of Warcraft holiday, Brewfest. Okay, so the necklace and pendant that I bought on eBay, which is non-licensed here, arrived. Comes in a small package. Now, I actually wore the necklace for, I'm not wearing it now, but I wore it for the last 3 days, only taking it off to shower and work out. So I definitely made sure that it was, that the pendant itself was up to snuff, because the necklace I received was not. So you open up your package and you have your pendant, and you also have behind that you have your necklace. Well, mine arrived broken, and I will see if I can kind of show you here. Yep, just totally broken right off. Not a very fun time. And you know, if it had not been broken, a very tiny necklace for a guy with a really big neck, I'm actually not quite sure that would have even closed around my neck. So I did actually jump on Amazon and bought a larger leather necklace so that I could review it, because like I said, I opened it up and it was broke. Now with that, so the necklace is terrible quality. The price point for this whole thing is buy it now on Amazon, $19.99 United States dollars. The pendant, however, is amazing quality. It's heavyweight. It's got this great inscription. I'll see if I can get this up here for you. It's now the specific one that I bought is one for the Death Knight class. These were all World of Warcraft pendants, and they have one for every class, and then both factions. So you have your Horde and your Alliance, and then I'm not naming through all of the classes, but there's all of them. I double checked. So it's a great variety of those. The necklace, the pendant itself, fully worth the $19.99. You would not regret it at all. Just be aware when you do, if you do buy one, to either pick yourself a great necklace for it, and nothing too lightweight, because it is actually a heavier pendant. It's glass and sort of some sort of copper alloy. They were not very descriptive on, I believe they just left it as a copper alloy, but yeah, so it's actually a really good alloy for the pendant itself. It has the company's name engraved on the back, which is a little odd, but I can forgive it. And it is kind of this bubble. Let's see if I can get that in here. See, it is kind of bubbled, but it's great. It's great quality. I love it. I would order more. I would give them as presents. These are great. I would just make sure that I got a separate necklace for people. Okay, so I'm recording this at 2:35 Central, and just about an hour ago, Blizzard announced the digital goodies for BlizzCon this year, which you can get those by either going to BlizzCon in person or ordering a virtual ticket will get you the digital goodies. So it's going to be, and I've got a slideshow here, will be the Gromlock WoW pet. Also a Blizzard Compass card back for Hearthstone. Now this card back emulates the Blizzard Compass that is in the main campus courtyard, which has a giant Wolf Rider orc sitting on it. And of course, more portraits for StarCraft, which I don't really care about, but that's just my opinion. You get some pretty awesome looking Warlords of Draenor transmog items for the PC and Mac versions of Diablo, and some of those look pretty sweet. And for the game still not announced yet, you get a special mount and portrait for Heroes of the Storm. Now this actually makes the second item given away at BlizzCon for Heroes of the Storm. So when the game actually hits, if you've been buying virtual tickets, I mean, you've already got some exclusive in-game goodies coming your way, because last year it was a Demon Hunter character that you got to unlock for the game. Now today we had several patches, including another patch for the Warlords of Draenor beta, but as I've said previously, patch notes for that beta are very lumped together and they're not always specific. What I've seen lately has really just been a lot of bug fixes and improvements. Now in Hearthstone, Leroy Jenkins has been bumped up in cost by 1 extra mana, so now he is 5 instead of 4. And the main reasoning behind this was to kind of stop the one-turn kills that you could accomplish with Leroy Jenkins. They said the strategy of dealing 20 damage in one turn is something they never wanted, and it's something that they will try to stop. It just detracts away from the fun of the game. Now, another major card change was Starving Buzzard. The popular Hunter card has been bumped to 5 mana over its original cost of only 2. But it has had a stat increase to 3-2 over the original 2-1. It's been overpowered for a while. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how the community handles this change. Alright, so in World of Warcraft right now, it started just a few days ago, Brewfest, which is an emulation of Oktoberfest. Which never really makes too much sense since Oktoberfest actually always starts in September, so I always call it Brewfest anyways in real life, and people look at me funny. But anyways, if you follow me on Twitter, or if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I love to cook. Well, I've got a great recipe for some very mild, very delicious, very juicy bratwurst. So I'm gonna start this. It's pretty much a slideshow. Starting with, you must select your favorite brew for this. Remember, like with wine, if you wouldn't drink it, don't cook with it. Now the beer that I chose is actually pumpkin ale from one of my local breweries, the Blackstone Brewery in Nashville, Tennessee. So if you're doing a 5 brat recipe, which is most bratwursts are actually sold in that, and from here on out I'll actually be calling them wursts because brat means fried and wurst means sausage. So as a side note, I have no idea why people always just seem so intent on grilling the heck out of a bratwurst, and that being the only method of cooking for it. Bratwursts were never meant to be just grilled. It will dry them out because by the time you actually get the bratwurst cooked all the way through, like most people enjoy eating bratwurst, you have petrified the outside. So the more traditional method involves basically giving it a hot bath. You're not going to boil them. You'll want to make sure that your heat is, usually you'll get your heat up to medium just to kind of get the water warm. But you never want it to start boiling at any point. So you'll actually keep it just about as low as it goes, just so that the water's too hot to touch, but not boiling. Now this works really well in a crock pot too, but I like it on the stovetop. Let them bathe in the hot water for about 2 hours. What you're going to do is, now once they've finished their hot bath, which like I said, about 1.5 hours to 2 hours, I would err on the side of 2 hours because you're not going to overcook them. They just get so big and plump and juicy, and you will just see them swell in size because they're essentially cooking, and they're cooking out some of the oil, which can be something that upsets some people's stomachs, some of that fat that's in there. So after that, and I suggest using a good frying skillet, such as a cast iron skillet, or a really good griddle. You'll want to throw down some natural fat, i.e. bacon drippings or duck fat. You'll turn that up to a medium heat, because you don't really need to cook the wursts. They're pretty much already cooked. You just want to get them brown. So you'll gently place your wurst on the hot surface. Remember, never use a fork on your wurst. Use tongs instead. You don't want to pierce the skin and dry them out. Now, remember those onions that took that hot bath with your wurst? Throw them down after you get your bratwurst brown, and brown them up too. Now you'll want to actually serve them on a hearty bun with onions and your favorite mustard. Now the buns I get are specifically labeled bratwurst buns. They're just kind of like a more heavy-duty roll that'll actually hold a wurst and then some of the onion and stuff. This makes for a great meal, but I'm going to add one last thing. The broth that has now had the meat and onions removed, and trust me on this, if you're following my recipe, reduce it down to about 1.5 cups. To reduce, bring to boiling and slowly turn the heat down until the desired amount of water has evaporated. You'll kind of constantly keep it at a very low boiling point. It's not going to be a big floppy happy boil. It's just going to be kind of a low, it's cooking. And once that's off, once it's reduced and cooled, you can store it in the fridge until it's ready to use. Or until you're ready to use it, sorry. Now, next week, I'll actually have a recipe for red potatoes and gravy. So if you enjoy this recipe, definitely let me know. You can tweet us at AnonymousGeek5. Use the hashtag BlizzBuzz and let us know if you want to see more recipes for more holiday or specialty things in the future. Don't forget to subscribe. That way you can be notified in case we are late, or maybe I put one up early. Who knows? And check us out on Facebook and Twitter, which those links will be here in just a second, all over the place. And if you're looking for a little more information, there will actually be a link to go straight to anonymousgeek.com, where you can read more information about what we talked about. Hey folks, one more thing I wanted to add. That in an interview earlier today with Polygon, Chris Metzen and Mike Morhaime have officially announced that Project Titan is canceled. The decision comes with just the latest reevaluation, which we had talked about in an earlier episode of BlizzBuzz. They are just going to discontinue it. The company has decided that it's not a direction that's good for them to go in to bring in that MMO at this time or in the immediate future. They're not ruling out that another game will be in the works, but there's that. I know there are a lot of YouTubers that have been speculating about Project Titan for quite a few years now, and looks like that speculation's all for naught now. It's canceled. It has went the way of Warcraft Adventures and StarCraft Ghost. Okay, so first what we're going to do is we're actually going to unbox Diablo. Okay, I've made it through the packaging now and take out the back insert here with a little information about Diablo himself. And presented with some more packaging. Oh, but alongside a piece of what looks like his tail. So let's just kind of dig into that now. Let's see if I can't get that out here in a timely manner.